There's a good chance that something in your kitchen right now, something you might even eat every single morning, is silently working against you. It's contributing to inflammation and preventing your muscles from getting the fuel they need to stay strong. You can do all the walking you want, but if this hidden saboteur is in your diet, you're fighting an uphill battle. But here's the good news. Removing it and replacing it with one specific category of food can change everything. Stick with us and we'll expose the culprit and show you exactly what to eat instead to rebuild your power from the ground up. The strength in your legs is your freedom. It's the ability to climb stairs without a second thought, to keep up with your grandchildren in the park, to live an independent life on your terms. Yet, for many of us, that strength begins to feel less reliable over time. We're told this decline is inevitable, a simple fact of aging. But what if that's not the whole truth? What if the real battle for your mobility is being fought not against the calendar, but against an invisible enemy on your dinner plate? This enemy is called chronic inflammation. You might think of inflammation as a swollen ankle, a temporary response to injury. That's acute inflammation, a healthy process that heals and then fades. The saboteur we're facing is different. It's a low-grade, smoldering fire inside your body that never goes out. You don't feel it, but it constantly damages your body, and your muscles are its primary target. How can this invisible fire possibly weaken the largest muscles in your body? The connection is surprisingly direct. Your muscles are in a constant state of renewal, breaking down old tissue and rebuilding it stronger. To rebuild, they need a clear signal from your body. Imagine a construction site. You have all the best building materials, the protein from your food, delivered and ready. But the site foreman is shouting confusing, chaotic orders. The workers can't hear the instructions, so the valuable materials just sit there, unused. Chronic inflammation is that chaotic foreman. It creates so much biological noise that the clear signal to rebuild and get stronger is lost. Scientists call this anabolic resistance. It means your muscles become deaf to the very commands that tell them to grow. You eat the right foods, but the message never gets through. Over time, more muscle is broken down than is built, especially in the hard-working legs. This leads to sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle that robs so many of their independence. The critical question then becomes, what is causing all this chaos? What are we eating that is fueling this internal fire? Let's unmask the most common culprit, the one that acts like pure gasoline on that smoldering fire: added sugar. This isn't the natural sugar found in an apple, which comes with fiber and nutrients. This is the processed sugar, like high fructose corn syrup, that manufacturers add to countless foods. It's obviously in sodas, cookies, and candy, but it also hides in places you'd never suspect, like ketchup, salad dressings, bread, and even savory pasta sauces. When you consume these refined sugars, your body is hit with a rapid flood of glucose. This forces your system into emergency mode, pumping out hormones to manage the rush. This emergency response itself generates inflammatory compounds, like sounding a fire alarm throughout your body. Day after day, meal after meal, this cycle keeps that low-grade fire perpetually fed. The first step you can take right now is to become a food detective. Start by turning over just one package in your pantry and reading the added sugars line. You may be shocked to discover how much fuel you've been unknowingly giving the enemy.
But sugar rarely works alone. Its primary partner in crime is just as common and equally damaging: refined carbohydrates. These are grains that have been stripped of everything valuable. A whole grain contains the fiber-rich bran and the nutrient-packed germ. To make white flour, manufacturers remove both, leaving only the starchy endosperm. This creates the flour used for white bread, most pastas, crackers, and grocery store baked goods. To your body, eating these stripped-down carbohydrates is almost identical to eating table sugar. Without the fiber to slow things down, your digestive system breaks them down almost instantly. This causes the same blood sugar spike, the same hormonal emergency response, and the same wave of inflammation as a can of soda. A bowl of crackers might seem like a harmless snack, but to your internal systems, it's just another log on the fire, worsening that anabolic resistance and making it harder for your legs to stay strong. But what if a single word on an ingredient list could change everything? When you're at the store, look for bread or pasta where the very first ingredient is whole. That one word signifies that the fiber is still present, turning a pro-inflammatory food into a source of steady, reliable energy. Now we move from the obvious culprits to a more subtle saboteur, one that has quietly taken over the modern food supply. This saboteur is found in thousands of processed foods, from margarine and coffee creamers to fried foods and salad dressings. It is an imbalance of industrial vegetable and seed oils. Your body needs two types of essential fats to function, omega-3s and omega-6s. Think of them as two different teams. Omega-3s, found in fatty fish and walnuts, are the anti-inflammatory team. They arrive on the scene to calm things down and promote healing. Omega-6s are the pro-inflammatory team. We need some of their fire-starting ability to fight infections, but the problem is one of balance. For most of human history, people consumed these fats in a roughly 1-to-1 ratio. Today, thanks to the prevalence of oils like soybean, corn, and sunflower oil in processed foods, that ratio is closer to 20-to-1 in favor of the pro-inflammatory team. This means the alarm bells are constantly ringing, while the calming crew is hopelessly outnumbered. This overwhelming imbalance is a primary driver of chronic inflammation, directly contributing to that muscle-weakening anabolic resistance. How can you start to fix this imbalance today? Check the ingredient list on your salad dressing. If the first ingredient is soybean or corn oil, consider swapping it for one based on olive oil. Better yet, make your own with olive oil and vinegar. It's a simple change that shifts the balance of power back in your favor. There is one final villain to unmask, a true outlaw of the food world: artificial trans fats. These are man-made fats created by an industrial process listed on labels as partially hydrogenated oils. They were invented to make processed foods last longer on the shelf. For decades, they were in everything from margarine to microwave popcorn to commercial pastries. The science is now settled. These fats are an unmitigated disaster for human health. They are intensely inflammatory, creating systemic chaos that directly harms your muscles, your heart, and your entire body. While many countries have moved to ban them, they can still appear in small amounts. Labeling laws often allow a product to claim 0 grams of trans fat if it contains less than half a gram per serving. This is where your detective skills are crucial. Don't just trust the front of the box. Always scan the full ingredient list on the back. If you see the words partially hydrogenated oil, put the product down. It doesn't belong in your body. Avoiding this one ingredient is one of the most powerful moves you can make to protect yourself from diet-induced inflammation. It's about refusing to add the most toxic fuel to the fire. Now that we have identified the arsonists, it's time to call in the firefighters. It's time to extinguish that internal fire by recruiting a team of anti-inflammatory heroes. Shifting your diet is not about restriction. It is about strategic and delicious abundance. It's about filling your plate with powerful foods that protect and strengthen your body from within. We're not just removing the bad guys, we're replacing them with a team of champions that work around the clock to keep you strong. This is how you reclaim control and give your legs the solid, stable foundation they deserve. So, who is the chief of this nutritional fire department?
Leading the charge are the omega-3 fatty acids. If omega-6s from seed oils are constantly sounding the inflammatory alarm, omega-3s are the elite squad that arrives to silence the noise and manage the cleanup. They produce compounds in your body called resolvins and protectants, which do exactly what their names suggest. They resolve and protect, helping to end the inflammatory cycle and restore balance. This is the crucial first step. By lowering the overall level of inflammatory chaos, omega-3s begin to dismantle that wall of anabolic resistance. The earmuffs come off your muscles. The protein you eat can finally be heard, and the signal to repair and rebuild is received loud and clear. The most potent sources are fatty, cold-water fish like salmon, mackerel, herring, and sardines. Plant-based sources are also fantastic. Walnuts, flax seeds, and chia seeds provide a different type of omega-3 that your body can use. Aiming for at least 2 servings of fatty fish each week is like scheduling a proactive visit from the fire department, ensuring those internal embers never get the chance to flare up. With the fire department calming the scene, it's time for the cleanup crew to arrive. This crew is known as the antioxidants. Any fire creates smoke and damage, and in the body, this damage comes from unstable molecules called free radicals. Think of them as microscopic shrapnel bouncing around inside your cells, damaging everything they touch, including the very fibers of your muscles. This damage, in turn, creates even more inflammation, creating a vicious cycle. Antioxidants are your body's cellular repair team. They are molecules that can safely neutralize free radicals, stopping them before they can cause harm. They are the rust-proofers for your body. Where do we find these microscopic protectors? In the brilliant colors of nature. The deep blue of blueberries, the rich red of cherries, the dark green of spinach and kale, and the vibrant orange of sweet potatoes all signify the presence of different families of powerful antioxidants. Eating a wide variety of these colorful foods ensures you have a diverse and capable team protecting your muscle cells. A simple and powerful goal is to get 3 or more different natural colors on your plate at every meal. This isn't about aesthetics, it's a strategic defense for your entire body. The scene is now calm and the area has been secured. It's finally time for the construction crew to get to work. This is where high-quality protein takes the spotlight. Protein provides the essential building blocks, the amino acids, your body needs to repair and build muscle tissue. But all the protein in the world is useless if your body is too inflamed to use it. By first lowering inflammation with omega-3s and antioxidants, you create the perfect environment for protein to do its job. You've cleared the chaotic noise. Now the signal to build gets through without interference. This is why it's not just about eating more protein, it's about making the protein you eat more effective. High-quality sources include lean meats, poultry, fish, and eggs. Dairy, like Greek yogurt and cottage cheese, provides a slow-releasing protein that is excellent for muscle maintenance. And plant-based powerhouses like beans, lentils, and chickpeas are loaded with both protein and fiber. The key is to ensure every meal contains a dedicated source of protein. This gives your body a steady stream of building materials throughout the day, allowing for constant repair and reinforcement of the powerful muscles in your legs. Our final group of heroes might be the most overlooked, but their impact is profound. These are the potent anti-inflammatory compounds found in everyday herbs and spices. For centuries, these plants have been used as medicine, and modern science is now revealing their secrets. Turmeric contains curcumin, a powerful compound that works at a molecular level to block key inflammatory pathways. It's like a master negotiator that can de-escalate a heated situation. Ginger contains gingerols, which have similar anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects, soothing the system and reducing cellular stress. Other common spices like cinnamon, garlic, and rosemary have their own unique protective properties. The beauty of these heroes is how easy they are to deploy. You don't need huge amounts. A pinch of cinnamon in your morning oatmeal, some fresh ginger grated into tea, seasoning your vegetables with garlic, or adding turmeric to a soup provides a consistent, low-dose anti-inflammatory boost. Think of them as your daily maintenance crew, always working in the background to keep your system in a state of calm, resilient balance. Knowing the villains and heroes is one thing, putting it into practice is another. The goal is not overnight perfection, but a series of simple, strategic swaps that steadily shift the balance from pro-inflammatory to anti-inflammatory. Let's start with breakfast. Instead of a bowl of sugary cereal or white toast with margarine, imagine this upgrade. A bowl of oatmeal topped with antioxidant-rich blueberries, omega-3 packed walnuts, and a dash of cinnamon. Or 2 eggs scrambled with a handful of spinach and a pinch of turmeric. In either case, you've removed the inflammatory triggers and started your day by actively calming your system. What about lunch? Instead of a processed deli meat sandwich on white bread with chips, upgrade to a large, colorful salad. Use dark leafy greens as a base. Add a generous serving of protein like grilled chicken or canned salmon and pile on colorful vegetables. For a dressing, skip the soybean oil-based store-bought version and use a simple mix of olive oil and lemon juice. You've swapped a nutrient-poor meal for a powerhouse of vitamins, healthy fats, and protein that will energize you all afternoon. Dinner presents another crucial opportunity. Instead of a large plate of pasta with a jarred cream sauce, which is heavy in refined carbs and unhealthy fats, make this simple swap. Bake a fillet of salmon seasoned with herbs for your dose of omega-3s. Serve it alongside a roasted sweet potato for fiber-rich energy and a generous portion of steamed broccoli drizzled with olive oil. This meal is perfectly balanced, delivering everything your body needs to repair and rebuild while you rest. Even your snacks can be upgraded. Instead of reaching for crackers or cookies, choose a handful of almonds, an apple with natural peanut butter, or a small bowl of plain Greek yogurt with berries. Each swap is a small but decisive victory. It is a conscious choice to build a stronger body, one meal at a time. This isn't a diet of deprivation, it's a feast that fights on your behalf. Even with the best information, it's natural to have questions. One of the most common is that eating this way is too expensive. But often the opposite is true. The core of an anti-inflammatory diet is built on some of the most affordable foods available. A bag of dried lentils can provide protein for multiple meals for just a few dollars. Frozen berries, picked at peak ripeness, are often cheaper and just as nutritious as fresh. Canned salmon and sardines are incredibly affordable sources of premium omega-3s. When you compare the cost of these real ingredients to expensive processed meals, sugary drinks, and packaged snacks, you'll often find that an anti-inflammatory diet can actually save you money. It's about shifting your spending from packaged products to powerful whole food ingredients. Another common hurdle is time. Preparing meals from scratch can feel daunting. But you don't need to become a gourmet chef. It's about finding simple strategies. Try taking 1 hour on a Sunday to prep components for the week. Cook a batch of brown rice, grill some chicken, and chop some vegetables. This makes assembling a healthy meal during the week take just minutes. Embrace simple cooking methods. Roasting a tray of vegetables or baking a piece of fish requires very little active time. A healthy meal does not need to be complex. A bowl of lentil soup or a simple omelet are fast, easy, and powerfully anti-inflammatory. Start with one small change. This week, just focus on upgrading your breakfast. Small, consistent actions are far more powerful than a dramatic, short-lived overhaul. Finally, what if you have a smaller appetite? As we age, it's common to feel full more quickly. The key here is nutrient density. This means getting the most nutritional value in every single bite. Instead of filling up on empty foods like white bread, prioritize foods packed with vitamins, minerals, protein, and healthy fats. A small bowl of Greek yogurt with chia seeds and berries is far more nutrient-dense than a large bowl of pasta. A small fillet of salmon is more powerful than a large piece of breaded fish. When you eat, make sure protein is the star of the meal. A nutrient-dense smoothie can also be a wonderful tool, blending spinach, protein, berries, and healthy fats into an easily digestible and nourishing drink. It's not about forcing yourself to eat more. It is about making every bite you eat a powerful move toward strength. The journey to stronger legs for life begins with a single act of awareness. The saboteur is not a single food, but a pattern of eating that promotes chronic inflammation. The hero is not a single supplement, but a new pattern of eating that calms that inflammation and gives your body the tools it needs to rebuild. You have the power, meal by meal, to choose the path of strength. Your first step is simple. Go to your pantry, pick one item you eat regularly, and just read the label. Look for added sugars. Look for partially hydrogenated oils. Just look. Awareness is the first step toward change. If you believe that taking control of your health requires evidence-based wisdom, not fads, then subscribe to this channel and press the notification bell. We are dedicated to providing the insights you need to build a stronger, more vibrant life. Your body is designed to be strong. Give it the right materials and it will carry you with confidence and freedom for a lifetime.